What's going on, guys? We're going to have the tactical layout today. Now, I thought I made this even more educational than normal. I thought I'll also show you how I make a new tactic and how I adjust it. So I talked about this yesterday, the 4-3-3. I explained to you how it's actually better in many ways, and you might favor it over the 4-2-1-3. But let's be realistic. Let's not sell lies now. The 4-2-1-3 still has as much of its dominance because of left wing and right wing on inside forward. To be honest,
you want to get better at FC25 now. Before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money? That's the nil guys guarantee. We got in-depth tutorials that are not even on the YouTube channel. We show you the theory of something and we show you gameplay examples in a structured format. We also go over real life football examples that apply to the game and exclusive pro gameplay analysis, full gameplay analysis to elevate your game. We teach you everything from the basics to the meta. Come join at patreon.com/nilguys. Links down below in the description. If you don't get better after 1 month, we'll refund your money. That's the nil guys guarantee. Links down below in the description.
It doesn't really matter what roles you can use. You can use this on Shadow Striker. You can use this on Poacher. As long as inside forward on both the left mid, left wing and right wing, and then you have the defenders on defend, should I say, and the left back and right back is what you suit. Any formation will work. Honestly, you could use this, although I'll tell you to adjust it, but you can give this to an average person who has no idea what they're doing. You can give them 70 depth or 45 depth. The formation alone is very, very good because you have the two. This is why it's so effective, because you have the two CDMs. That is why I wanted to make an attacking system where you maintain one CDM, but now you have two center mid. So what I would say is, if you are going to set this up, so this is more of an educational type video, this one. So make this yourself. Duplicate the 4-2-1-3 existing tactic you have. Copy the exact same build-up style you have, the exact same balanced approach. Don't copy mine, copy your exact one. And then just copy here, just the roles. The most important thing is just the 3 players in the middle. So use the exact same thing as your 4-2-1-3, but just change to this one. I've already explained yesterday's video why this is one of the best systems. You got 2 box-to-boxes where they can help you attack, but equally they can help you defend as well. So that is how you'd make it kind of a step up to be attacking. Now, what if you wanted to make it more attacking? Now, you do have a couple of different variations of this, to be honest. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this live. We're going to duplicate this tactic like so. Now we got another one, right? So what we could do is, if we wanted to make this maybe a bit more defensive, we could probably even put, for example, a 5-4-1, not this one flat. So you see it's a 4-3-3 in the middle, but you have the left mid and right mid, which are more conservative as opposed to wingers. And this formation is actually almost identical to this formation here. This one over here, you see that? What's the difference? These players are wingers as opposed to left mids and right mids. So whenever you're making a formation, this is why copying codes, people don't understand. Of course, it's all Division 5, Division 4 players and below. They just copy codes endlessly, changing tactics every single week, not understanding that they're still going to be bad at the game. But at least if you're that player and you copy codes as it is, at least make those small changes. So you can go with a 4-5-1, but as you can see, that is more of a defensive formation of 4-5-1. So what I would say is 4-2-1-3, 4-3-3, and then you would go here straight away to a 4-3-3 attacking. Now, you may have seen this formation is getting a little bit more notoriety, I would say, with a lot of people using it to get those situations to be more attacking. Now, what's the difference between this? So we're gonna just show you 1 second. I'm just gonna just duplicate this as well. We'll come back to this. I just want to show you on a base level the difference, right? What's the difference between these two formations? It's just the CDMs. So if you want your CDMs to be more involved, then you could typically go with the 4-3-3 attack. So that's why I thought, let me add this to the attacking setup. So you can see we've got the 4-2-3-1. We've got 2 CDMs. So you see how we're progressively increasing. So we've got 2 CDMs here. Then we've got 1 cam. Left wing, right wing, both on inside forward, okay? Then the same thing over here, except for we have 1 CDM, and then we have the left center mid, right center mid on box to box. So if you wanted to make this more attacking, if you wanted to make this one more attacking, what I'd probably do is, before we go to this one, I'll go back to this one, and I would use this one, and then I'll put them like this, inside forward. I'll show you the finalized codes at the end, just so you can get a bit of a sense, right? And you put them on playmaker attack, and you can see the depth, we just kept it the same. So now you have a system. You got one with CDMs, 2 CDMs in fact. In fact, if you want to, as I said, you can choose whatever you want. Copy your existing 4-2-3-1 tactics, whatever they are, whatever works perfect for you. That's the most important thing. Then you have the 4-3-3. ignore the name on the top, and you have a CDM with 2 center mids. Then you have the 4-3-3 with the playmakers attacking. So you can think of this as 2 number 10s. Technically, okay, I'm not going to debate whether it's an 8-10 or whatever, right? But now you technically have 2 attacking players with the playmaker center mid. They're much more attacking, so you could argue that one CDM. And if you wanted to go even more attacking, then you can then switch to the 4-3-3. But then that's in fact the attacking one. So do you see how you're progressing? Let's just say if you really wanted to increase the depth, you could just to show linear progression. But do you see, for example, here, and then you can have a box to box here, or you could have one on a playmaker. So that is how you'd incrementally. People don't understand this, but the 4-2-1-3 is just a 4-3-3. It's identical to the 4-2-3-1. Except for the difference is that I explained this already in a few videos ago, but like, these 2 players here, you may prefer them to be Lamb and Rams as kind of narrow players. Some of you may prefer them to be wider players. So if you wanted to, you could, for example, make this, and I think this might be probably the most educational video on this, I think, that I've released. Because I don't really have that much time. Normally I do tactics in a different way, just give it a code, explain it to you. But I think by now you should understand that. But like here, it's the same thing. You still got 2 CDMs here, guys. You still got the left back and right back. You still got the cam and you got the striker. What's the difference here? What's the difference between this formation and this formation? Virtually nothing. Because you see, it's only the Lamb and the Ram, the left wing and the right wing. So this is why this formation is still up there at being one of the best formations in the game. Lever uses, a lot of pro players also use this formation as well. But do you understand? Anyway, the point I was trying to make, let's just delete this for a second. So do you see how from a linear system, if you really want to figure out what formation works for you, I would say stick to your 4-2-1-3. So whatever 4-2-1-3 tactics you have, use them here. Copy what you have, duplicate the tactic, and then just change it. So your left center mid and right center mid and your CDM, just put them both on box to box and your CDM on holding, because they will do a bit of everything. They're going to run up and down the pitch. You're going to do a bit of everything, and they're going to help you attack. Then I would say go to this one over here, and you can see the main difference here is you've duplicated it again. We're just changing this to 2 playmakers. And then to make this even more attacking, then you'll go over to the 4-3-3 attack and have a look. Well, there must have been. I think everyone knows about this formation. But it's just the problem is everyone just follows each other around, right? So I guarantee you, if a pro started using this, the whole community will start using it. But this is basically the 4-2-1-3 like for like copy to copy. I'll make a video on this next week, but just on the structure alone, as you can see, you don't have those CDMs, you have center mids that makes them more involved in attack. If you want to make this a bit more safer, you could go with 1 holding. Unfortunately, deep line playmaker defend, they're not going to sit as deep as CDMs, but this is something that you can consider if you want to make it more attacking. So do you understand the progression? So this is the key to understanding what tactics works for you, because this tactic, I want to tell you something, a hard truth now, but it's important I tell you so you improve. You give a pro any tactic, they're still going to win because of their ability. But you give the average player a decent tactic, they may win. It depends on how good they are. If you give it to my grandma who doesn't know how to even play the game, of course she's going to lose every single game. So at the end of the day, the most important thing, which is very important, which I want you to understand, is ability always trumps tactics. I don't understand people think tactics is going to be a savior. It's not going to be, but there's certain things you can do. So although this might work for every single player, there might be a few percentage of you that like this much better. This is more of a slower type of play, but you have 2 center mids attacking. This one's even better because you have 2 center mids that are playmakers. And this is even better, but this of course lacks defensive ability. That is why you're meant to use each system for different aspects of the game. Maybe if you're losing and you want to go to 95 depth, for example, then you would, for example, go like this. And you would use this, for example, when you are losing or when you want to press. Maybe if you want to be a bit more slower and you're rushing too much, you'd use this formation. If you want to be a bit more attacking, you'll use this one. Maybe if you want to be defensive, you'd use this one. And let's say if we want to take this another stream, let's just say we wanted to add, so I'm just going to let you copy the code. If you really want to, you shouldn't copy my code, you should be making your own ones. But if you really want to copy it, that is it there. And let's say, for example, you're thinking, oh, but I need a defensive formation. So I'll go over this next week, but then you can go over basically to this one. with center mids. See that? So now you got two CDMs, and now you got a center mid instead of a cam. You see that? So you have two CDMs, same, is exactly the same as the 4-2-1-3. What's the difference here? You just have a center mid as opposed to a cam that sits higher. And then you can make it even more defensive if you wanted to by, for example, putting someone on a. This is why, as I said to you, my job is to help you improve, guys. It's not. I don't want you just to keep copying codes. Gone are the days. You should be making your own tactics by now. I know you come here and take influence from me, and that's good. But those are just come here to copy codes. You're never going to improve. You're going to stay in Division 5 your entire life. Division 4. You're going to get stuck at Division 2. People get stuck. Because at the end of the day, it's all about gameplay. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. A bit of an educational video, this one, as opposed to one just giving you the codes. But this is definitely a setup to try out. Give it a go. You can use here a 4-3-3 defend. You don't have to. You can go for. You can. What you could do is have this one set up, a 4-2-3-1. Have this one set up. Optionally, this one, and then you can have also this one as well. So, do you see how you're incrementally small changes, but you're incrementally making it more attacking and more defensive? That's the most important thing. That is the biggest thing I want to explain. Anyways, thanks for watching. And don't forget, if you want to get better FC, come to my Patreon series. We talk more about this. And don't forget, we've got the Division 10 to Elite Division series. We're uploading every single video now. We're in Division 6. So we're going to go through every single gameplay from Division 6, the main one. Division 6, we're going to show you every single game all the way to Elite Division. Show you exactly how I do it with the controls on the screen. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. And of course, catch you next time. Peace out.